my name is Peace Preston, and this is my audition for the Northwestern College Theater Scholarship. My first monologue is an excerpt from Thornton Wilder's Our Town, and I will be playing Emily Webb. I can't! It goes so fast and we don't have time to look at one another. I didn't realize. So all that was going on and we never noticed. Take me back, up the hill, to my grave. But first, wait. One more look. Goodbye. Goodbye, world. Goodbye, Grover's Corners. Mama. And Papa. Goodbye to clocks ticking. And Mama's sunflowers. And food. And coffee. And fresh iron dresses. And hot baths. And sleeping. And waking up. Oh, Earth, you're too wonderful for anybody to realize you. Do human beings ever realize life when they live it? Every minute? My next monologue is actually an interpretation from an excerpt of Mark Twain's The Notorious Jumping Frog of Calaveras County. Well, let me tell you about a man named Jim Smiley. You see, Jim Smiley was the town's gambler. You see, I swear up and down, that man needed to find Jesus because deep in his heart was the evils of gambling possessing his soul. So back to Jim Smiley. He don't bet on everything. He bet, and he usually won. He one time bet on not a four-legged dog, but a three-legged dog, you know, to run in the races. And he won with it. And he said, I'm the master gambler. He gambled on everything. Let me tell you, a man one time came up to him and he said, thank the Lord, sweet providence. My wife is better, and I'll bet you anything she'd go continue to get better. And Jim Smiley, without even thinking, go, bet you she ain't. Bet you she won't get better. Who says that to a man? I tell you who. Jim Smiley. So, Jim Smiley started getting into the business of jumping frogs. He would take one frog and he would pat it on the behind and it would jump clear across the Mississippi and back. Not really, but kinda. So, he was jumping frogs and betting everybody and winning everything, and one day a stranger comes to town. And he and Jim Smiley make a bet, you see. And he and Jim Smiley, they're gonna race frogs. And so Jim Smiley says, hey, listen, stranger, hold my frog while I go get to your own frog. So Jim Smiley goes off to get the stranger his frog. But what he didn't know was this. The stranger, having Jim Smiley's frog in his hand, takes a weight out of his pocket, drops it in the mouth, and the frog turns to about 5 pounds. So he sits it on the ground without Jim Smiley knowing. Jim Smiley gets the frog and the stranger puts it on the ground and he says, oh, 1, 2, 3, and slaps him on the behind. Well, tell you which frog jumped 30 feet. Stranger's. He taps it on the butt, it goes flying like it's got the wings of an eagle. Then Jim Smiley taps his frog on the behind, it just sits there because it's got the weight in it. But Jim Smiley don't know that, and he just sits there and he's like, well, stranger, there's one thing I got to tell you, and that's... Yes, Mama? Right now, I'm in the middle of a story. Yes, Mama. Now, if you'll excuse me, this won't but take a minute.